What's up, everyone? This is ThePandaPhotographer. I'm on the UW campus, so I do apologize for the background noise that you're hearing, but I really wanted to make a video from the laptop instead of my iPhone. I should have done that the first time. So let me explain why the Lightroom update for 30% more detail is full of donkey. I'm calling it full of donkey. So here is on my right the raw file, and here is on my left the edit file using Nik Collection using Detail Extractor. Now if I go in here, which I did, and you can see where I got details at 50%, actually it should have been 55% for this one. So, and I want you guys to take a closer look, one-to-one, one-to-one. And you can see that there's more color, there's more detail, there's more emphasis on the snow using Nik Collection. Yes, this is an HDR photo and this is one-to-one, but if you pixel peep in, you may see a little bit of grain. But the whole purpose of the whole update on Lightroom is just garbage. I don't believe anything what they just said. I watched a couple of videos and a few people just said they don't see much improvement. Slight improvement, but let me tell you how easy it is to actually get it done in Nik Collection. If you have Lightroom, if you do not own a copy of DxO Mark Nik Collection version, there's a Nik Collection, previous Nik Collection version that surfaced on the internet that you can get for free. You can download with your Lightroom, you can test it out yourself, and you can see how much detail I got into my left image on the left. And on the right, you can see how it just looks plain and dull. I edited, I had a radius of 0.9 sharpening, and you can see where I actually turned down the sharpening. And then I add this in Nik Collection, and you can see how much detail I still pull from this image here. So you guys can see it for yourself. But you can clearly see there's more detail. Yes, this is an HDR image just to give it some more emphasis. If you don't have Instagram, check out my photo on Instagram. But I just believe that the whole Lightroom update is not worth updating. And if you're a Fuji shooter, there is some issues with some red color pinging or chromatic aberrations, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. But a lot of people are saying there's some red color artifacting going on, or some red banding, which is occurring when you add that 30% sharpness. But anyway, and some green. So, and I just don't feel that it is necessary to update. Now, in the video that I made, I said engineers is always updating because they have these updates to also get rid of those that have an illegal copy of Lightroom. So I just don't think the update is worth it. And if you are going to bring more detail into your image, I would suggest maybe using Nik Collection. It is way better. You have way more control in Nik Collection. And if I was to, okay, so for instance, I'm going to actually do it right here in front of you live so you guys can see it. I'm going to edit this photo on the fly so you guys have a better understanding of what I'm talking about here. I think it's better for me to actually explain it this way and show you and demonstrate it instead of just making videos to get views. This is not to get views. This is just to pick a bone with Adobe, because Adobe likes to tend to gas up its findings and I just don't feel that it is practical to update. So I'm going to use travel, I'm going to use Detail Extractor, and even when I use default at 25%, you can see it, there's a difference. You see that? That's at 25%. Now keep in mind, look closely, that's 25%, right? 0%, so it's unchecked. That is Detail Extractor at 25%. So let's put it at 30%. Okay, it's at 30%. You see the difference? no Detail Extract, and now with Detail Extract. You see, there is a lot more detail in the image at 30%, but if you use Adobe's 30% detail features, you don't get the same results at all. And I tried it. My Lightroom is updated, and I just don't see it at all. And I see 0. Period. You guys see it from this image right here. This is the Ed version, which I just showed you, and I don't see much detail. But when I use Detail Extractor from Nik Collection, I get a lot of more emphasis on the snow coming down. And not only that, you see where he's walking? Watch the detail on the track, that his walking tracks. Just pay attention to how much detail comes into his footsteps in the ground, the foreground, and the background as well. You see the building. You see, that's not noise, that's just the snow that you see before you. See, it's bringing more detail into that snow because it was snowing. I'm just putting this out there, Adobe. Your updates are just a little deployed to get people to update. So you're gonna make sure that people are paying that $10. What is it? $10.41 membership that you charge, and also to make sure that no one does have an illegal copy. But then again, people are going to find ways to get an illegal copy of Lightroom Classic CC no matter what. So, and I'm not endorsing that. I'm just saying there are always someone out in the world can figure it out, which I'm pretty sure someone have already figured out within 24 hours, because people are geniuses that way. But I just feel that this update is not even necessary, and even with 30% right here, you can see how much detail comes into the image. Just proves that it should be this result when you get 30%. If Lightroom is claiming to have 30% more detail, I'm getting 30% more detail as we speak right now in Nik Collection. So I just don't find it plausible. Now, Tony Knocked Up said something about astrophotography, that there is a little bit of more detail, but I'm not sure YouTube was compressing the image quality, but I had it at 1080p, 60 frames a second, and I didn't see any changes whatsoever to the stars, or it wasn't eating stars, it was just showing more noise, in my opinion. But I don't know. I have a 4K display too, so I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the screen directly at it, and I'm not seeing. From Tony Norton's video, I'm not seeing a difference. He even said that there's slight difference, and there are slight little issues with it for Fuji shooters, because the Fuji X Fuji X trans sensor that they are using in the cameras. But this is just proof right here. So if I were you guys, go buy Nik Collection, and I'm telling you, your results in your photos are going to be much better in using the Detail Extractor with Nik Collection. I'm not really endorsing Nik Collection, but it's one of my favorite tools that I use as a travel photographer. And this is also one of the tools that I use every day to get my photos done. And I'm going to bring this back down just a little bit. 25%. Even at 25%, you can see big difference. So even if we do go down, let's go down 14%. Look at that. Still a big improvement at 14%. So I don't know where they are getting their findings from, or what they claiming at Adobe. I just feel that that's bullshit, in my opinion. As a travel photographer, is doing this expertly for a long time. This is why I'm kind of getting sick of Lightroom claiming when they got other issues they need to be fixing with Lightroom, like the lag issues, the preset issues, the startup issues. And check this out. Let me show you guys something. When I try to export a photo, look how long it takes to boot up a photograph. Check this out. Let's go into... Oh, okay. Let's go into here. Let's go into here and watch. Oh, okay, now it's booting up fast. That's weird. Was it booting up fast before? Or maybe because it has the recall memory and the cache. So let's do something different. Let's load up one of these. Or one of these. Yeah, I already went through these. Okay. I guess I take that statement back because sometimes it just loads really slow to preview the image and sometimes it doesn't. So, but anyway guys, I just want to prove my point that it's not worth updating and you're going to have more issues if you're a Fuji shooter. You're going to have a little bit of red and greenish color, so you may want to avoid it at all costs. But this is the ThePandaPhotographer signing out, saying eat, sleep, photography, videography, and repeat. See you guys in the next video. And the audio is coming from my H4n microphone, so I'm sorry it sounds distorted. I had no time to do it, but or fix it. I do apologize beforehand. Sorry, really do. Talk to you guys in the next one.